Hi guys, just checking in with you again to look at the institutional ownership of AMC this time and make a few opinions based on that, because when we think about the institutional ownership, it's actually going up, and this is a big thing for many reasons. And the initial one, which I'm looking at, may not seem as obvious to some as it is to me. And the thing that I'm looking at here is not the price action based on that. I'm looking at the sentiment behind the institutions. And the reason why I bring that one up is because when we think about what we keep getting told about AMC, we're continuously told it's a dead stock, it's a penny stock that's going to go to zero, it's not worth the money, etc., etc. Fair enough. Well, if that's the case, then you would expect no institutional activity, no buying, mainly selling as well if there were any institutions in the first place. But you get the picture, right? There wouldn't really be these institutions loading up as they are. So it is important to have a look at what they're doing, and then again give a few opinions based on that. Now do remember, it is only going to be an opinion, but we do have the facts as in the figures to look at. But yes, what I'm going to be saying is mainly my opinion, so it's not financial advice. Do your own research, come to your conclusions, and don't take this as 100% fact. But let us dive in, and please do subscribe if you enjoy what you see, and share the video if you can. But yeah, we're going to get straight into this one, coming over here to Fintel. Now, when we come down here, we get a quick look at the institutional ownership, and we can see, if we can, the most recent dates. So we're going to go find the institutional ownership area, which is listed here. So you can see what's going on here. We can see the source, we can see the owners, etc. And we have the date, of course, listed right here. Now, from this one all the way down here, to about here, yeah, so to here we can see all of these are listed on the 24th, so obviously that is yesterday, and the point I'm trying to make is, again, if this is such a dead penny stock, even if these buys and sells, etc., are not too big, why is there so much activity going on pretty much on a daily basis here with AMC? Obviously today being Tuesday, yesterday was Monday, coming to where we were last week as well, you did have quite a few buys and sells, etc. But let's look at what we have for this week so far. So yes, we're still very early into today, so not really anything recorded here for this date, but let's have a look at what we do have. Now, there's two things that stand out here to me. They're both coming from the National Bank of Canada, the first of which is the shares that they have bought. And we're looking at a share figure down here of 1.017 million. So yeah, that is actually a lot of shares, as you may expect. Again, they're loading up at these low prices, again, if they bought in yesterday, one would assume, which is a good sign. And 1 million shares is not a small amount of money, it's not an insignificant portion of money. So the fact they have gone in now does show a lot, in my opinion, about their sentiment and what they believe. We can see their reported value down here, etc., and that sort of stuff. And of course, on top of that, they do have these calls and puts now. They've got more puts than they have calls, but really I don't see that as too big of a deal. And to be honest, guys, I am bullish on AMC. I would not be buying puts on AMC. However, if I was a bank, institution, etc., I can see the logic, I completely can, of buying puts over calls, because we know calls are usually ending up worthless or not worth much at all, because the price action has been moving down, and of course it has been manipulated. Those calls have been snatched away from us many times in the past. So I do not really think that calls is a way to go. As I have said, personally, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, but if I was a retail trader, I would not be buying any options. It's just my way of thinking. I would just buy the underlying shares. But yeah, if I was an institution who was solely focused on making money, if I wasn't an ape, I do see the logic of buying those puts, because as I have said, I do think this one could go lower before it does go to the moon, and that's something that I've, made perfectly clear. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bearish point. We should be prepared. But yeah, I'm just trying to say I do understand their logic. So that's what we have. On top of that, we have a few others, as you would expect. So we had this one coming in with 1.2k shares, almost 1.3 even. So that's a pretty okay deal. Not massive, but it is more additions. We have Carolina Wealth coming in with 3. Not really worth mentioning. But we do have a few down here, such as Gulf International, which is coming in with almost 4k, so of course not the biggest, but it is still a big change. You can see the change figures listed here as well for those of you interested, and it shows that these have actually reduced their shares. So this one's reduced their shares. We have a few which are actually adding to their shares, so we can see the negatives and the positive percentage points. And overall, the point that I'm trying to make is there is a lot going on. Now, the biggest one that I wanted to highlight and talk about is coming from Bank of Canada, because it does show, it is a big institution with a strong sentiment. They do have a lot of stocks, etc., in their portfolio, if it will allow me to show you guys, as you would expect for a national bank. But yeah, I think the fact they are coming in now on AMC, again, with their current positions of 2,802, and they've put 1 million shares of AMC in. It's not a small amount of money. Of course, they do have a lot of wealth in their business, but yeah, I do think it is still a big deal. So, I think it says a lot going back to the original point I was trying to make about where we are with AMC. If this company is dead, if this stock is dead, why are they loading up? As I said this morning, I do think AMC's value, fundamentally, is higher than where it is right now. The technicals now are coming into a range where they are even coming into undervalued, with the RSI hitting 20, which is technically oversold, so you can see how things are working, right? It's coming to a point where AMC is looking like it is actually under its value. I think some institutions are taking the opportunity, whether they're here for a short squeeze, whether they're here for a fundamental play. Of course, I do not know for certain, but I do think it shows some strong sentiment about AMC. So, tell me what you think in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Of course, I'll be back to see you guys in a bit, so goodbye until the next one. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.